Good morning and welcome to SBU-TV's Monday Morning Roundup. I'm Kevin Renner.
And I'm Danielle Clark. We have a lot of sports stories today, but I think the one that campus is going to be buzzing about all day is the Sabres game last night. They beat the Boston Bruins 6-1 with 4 of those goals in the first period, which brings them to a 3-1 series lead, which I think that only means they need one more game to go on to the next playoff. I have no idea what the playoffs is right now, but I'm not following it all. My roommate is obsessed, but other than that, haven't followed. I did catch a little bit of the game yesterday at Hometown, and I did see a fight, and Hometown got extremely rowdy, but I think it's just really important to them because the Sabres haven't made the playoffs since 2011, so a lot of passionate Buffalo Sabres fans.
Yeah, I'm not a Sabres fan, but I'm glad that the Sabres fans are seeing success in the playoffs. Something I did happen to catch over the weekend was the London Marathon, which a new world record was set. Sebastian Sawi set the world record with a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds, which is 4:33 per mile pace, setting the previous record by over a minute.
Wow, that's crazy. I run a 10-minute mile as my best mile ever, so I could never imagine getting down to a 4:30. That's insane.
It's impressive for sure. Second ever time under 2 hours, first official time. The first was Eliud Kipchoge back in 2019, where he ran 1 hour, 59 and 41 seconds, so a little bit faster than that in an official race. And Yamif Kejelcha, who placed second in the race, was also under the 2 hour barrier, and it was his first marathon ever, which is honestly just as impressive in my opinion.
Has he been training for a while? Is it his first marathon because you have to train for years, or just?
Maybe not for years, but definitely for some time. But just being in the race environment is something you need to learn. So being under 2 hours, just being tossed in that environment for the first time ever is extremely impressive.
I saw something too that it's TikTok culture right now is people are trying to run marathons every single month, which is kind of not healthy for your body at all. Do you have anything to comment about that?
Definitely not healthy for your body, especially if you want to run good times. Eventually you're not gonna be performing up to your own standards. So the best of the best only do a few marathons a year maybe, just so they can get the most out of their opportunities.
Well, staying on that high note, women's lax qualified for A10s, placing the 3rd seed, which is pretty huge for their team because they haven't placed this high since 2006. They will be playing George Washington this Thursday away at Davidson.
And on the men's side, they closed out their season with an unfortunate loss to Hobart, 12-13 on Friday. It was a nail-biter from start to finish. Started off down, then they came back, and then just couldn't pull it out at the end. But what I found interesting is it was senior night, and 6 out of the 12 goals were scored by seniors.
I did see that too. That's really exciting for them.
But I'm looking forward to A10 championships. Men's golf A10s is today in Orlando, Florida, so it'll be nice to see them play in some nice weather for their A10s. After men's and women's track had their senior day over the weekend, they have A10 championships this weekend in George Mason.
Will you be running for that?
Yeah, I will be competing this weekend, and I'm excited for it.
Unfortunately, baseball and softball came up short this weekend. Baseball losing to Dayton and softball losing to St. Louis. Looking ahead, baseball will try to bounce back on Tuesday, right off on a high note. But turning away from some sports into national news, there was a security situation in Washington this weekend during the White House Correspondents' Dinner. A gunman attempted to get into the event. This led to a quick response from security services.
Yeah, the White House claimed that the shooter was there to target Trump officials, but thankfully Trump and his officials were able to make it out before things escalated too quickly.
There wasn't any major injuries reported, but it still doesn't take away from the mental trauma that they all had to witness. So yeah. I hope that everyone is getting the help that they need.
Yeah, but according to BBC News, Trump apparently wasn't worried at all during the shooting, which I find very interesting and fascinating.
I've seen a lot of things on social media right now, a lot of conspiracies that he set it up, maybe kind of like the original gun post that he has with his fist in the air. So I have seen a lot of conspiracies about that, but hopefully it gets shut down soon with a statement or something along the lines of that.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking into some weather this week. Unfortunately, it gets worse as the week goes on. It starts off rainy in the mid-50s, and then later in the week it caps out at mid-40s with a low of 30. So it's unfortunate that the weather is getting worse, especially with May approaching.
Yeah, hopefully May does bring us some better weather. So some events that you can catch this week: Doyle Hall is hosting a film screening 6 to 8:30 through the Jandoli and Philosophy School departments. The film is Lake of Betrayal, which touches on the Kinzua Dam and the Seneca Nation. All of the 104 Intro to Ethics classes will be attending to talk about the ethical frameworks shown in the film. SBU dance team is also hosting a show Tuesday and Wednesday at 7:30. It is a playoff of School of Rock, a School of Rhythm, so that will be really awesome to catch, so I hope everyone can make it out to those.
That's good to know. Well, that's all we have for today's SBU-TV Monday Morning Roundup. I'm Kevin Renner.
I'm Danielle Clark. Have a great week, everyone.